talk about a lot of stuff, man. Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, Young Thug, Gunna, Kanye West, Nick Cannon planting seeds, Nia Long, Udoka, this New York pastor. I don't know where to start, man. We had so many stories this year. And you know what? One thing we didn't get a chance to dive into is this right here.
Yeah, Coach Prime.
When people ask, what are we leaving behind in 2022? Listen, getting in other people's business. Okay? Y'all are so pressed about the decision of another person.
Yeah.
Leave that behind in 2022.
And what's so messed up about they jumping in with their opinions and have no clue at all.
Can you tell them some of the things that go on at Jackson State so people understand? You know, y'all see a headline, Prime leaving Jackson State for Colorado. And a lot of people have resonated that to, oh my God, he's leaving, helping black kids and moving to white territory. Right, as if he can't take those black kids with him.
It's so much bigger than that, though. Because when he went to Jackson State, the program was horrible. I mean, the practice facilities was horrible. They didn't have uniforms, nothing. That man brought so much and contributed so much to the facilities, the uniforms, the sponsorships, all of that stuff. He left them in way better shape than when he came. He came and turned that whole program around. And I mean, to where they even can get recruits to come there. I mean, he changed the whole legacy of the whole entire program. And the way he left, none of those kids feel abandoned. They feel they know the love is there because he's a great coach. And they understand when you're moving on, you're moving to bigger and better. And when you're doing that, that doesn't it's not like how many of y'all gonna turn down a promotion at your job? If you don't think about it as leaving something behind, you moving on. I mean, you can't just be stagnant, staying in one place, especially if you're growing. And he's growing as a coach and as a person. I mean, man, it's so much good about this story for him to even get that offer for that opportunity. That means he's doing good things. So, and he's being rewarded for it. So, I hate the people that's saying all that negativity about it, because it's not only is he just being promoted for doing a good job, what he did for that school in particular, like he went above and beyond for that program.
And let me tell you this. Do y'all think people supposed to stay where they are? and how long do you think people supposed to stay where they are? Huh? Nobody's entitled to a promotion.
Right. And I think people always like to say, oh, you wouldn't do that. Like, why do you do that? Because they probably won't feel comfortable doing it themselves. They always, and that's usually the case.
When people get promoted, when they leave their jobs, when musicians leave churches, they get elevated. People, I don't understand. Even some pastors that have had smaller churches and have went to they've been elected to do bigger churches. Everybody that's been promoted in different. That is part of life. You're supposed to move to a higher plateau. You're supposed to be elevated. And so the people that's complaining and in this man's pockets, because let me tell you something. If I was making, what was he making? $500K?
Yeah.
And then somebody said, listen, man, we kind of see your worth a little higher than that. We want to bump you up to $5 million. I don't need your opinion. I don't need your opinion about where I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to Boulder too. Welcome, Jeremiah Frazier to Boulder, Colorado. I don't care if it was listen, I don't care if it was in. Well, I do care if it was in Russia because I got to come back home, and I don't need nobody putting no vape pen in my pocket. Okay, but in 2022. We are leaving behind people who cannot mind their business.
Right.
Real talk. Somebody said they're leaving behind the Bears. Now you need to cut it out. Now the Bears gonna be all right next year. We're gonna talk about that in a little while because that Jay right there, Hey, anybody with a name that start with a J, trust me. You want to keep them around in 2023. I see some people saying relationships. Happy New Year to everybody. Listen, this is the last day of the year. Roll Tide. Don Millhouse. Listen, let me know if you can come on. Don is going to be doing a segment on the show called That Damn Don. And so Don is hilarious. You have to, and she's well-rounded and well-known. That's my favorite cousin, by the way. And she a big Alabama fan. Who probably had their worst season. I don't know how long, but they still in the bowl. See, that's how you know you elite. All right, we got to get in some of this gossip, y'all. We got to get in some of this gossip.
Where do we begin?
I'm just gonna put it out there because we've talked about a lot of stuff this year. I don't know what a lot of people say. Okay, let's go. Where are we gonna start with? Let's start with relationships because I think that was one of the hardest parts this year. And should we start here? Should we jump in right? Listen, who you leaving behind in 2022? Nia Long, definitely. And Trey, move to the side so they can see you real good, man. If you can move over a little bit, because we're gonna put these pictures on the screen. We want to see your other side of your beard. The other way. Can you come the other way? No, he gonna move so you like in the middle. So you're in the middle of the picture so the people can see you.
It looks like I'm in the middle right here.
By the way, people, it's Trey's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday. He wants you to see half of his face because he's so busy looking at Nia Long's legs that he
I see when I'm looking at myself, I see the whole picture. I see myself. I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's my computer. Nope, you're not on the whole screen. You're not on the whole screen.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Listen, I'm telling y'all, we're diving into this. What are we leaving behind in 2022? Nia Long is leaving behind Udoka. It's been reported that the two it said they decided to split. It
is different on him.
I mean, yeah, it is different. I keep telling you. The two have, if you move over, I'll tell you when it's right. The two have decided to split. So this is crazy. Because as we all know, Udoka was Udicking at the job place, at the workplace. And so, a lot of stuff we do at the workplace, it's not supposed to travel home with us. And so this story got out. He lost his job. I think he has enough money. When you're a rich man, you got enough money to recover and get your own home, but he can't stay at Nia's house. And a man losing his job and woman in the same time period, that could be depressing. So, and he was reportedly supposed to get the New Jersey Nets job when they fired Steve Nash. And somebody from the NBA said, listen, he won't be up in New Jersey. SWAT non-nets. Hello. And so man, Udoka, man, the Frenchman. And for all the people saying this black man, he's a Frenchman. Even Frenchmen cheat. Even Frenchmen cheat. Speaking of cheaters, y'all know this guy? Yeah, y'all know this guy because he was married to this girl. Y'all remember this girl? Y'all been trolling this girl the whole 2022. This is Derek Jackson. This is Derek Jackson, y'all. What is he? A relationship coach?
Right.
Yeah, relationship coach. Derek Jackson. He's divorcing his wife. Is it Denia? Whoever she is. I called her Delayed. Because, baby, ain't no way you're going to have me looking like this. Huh? Her shirt, does her shirt say Holy Girl Summer? Not Hot Girl Summer.
Holy Girl Summer.
I'm just realizing this, Trey.
Wow.
Did you ever notice that this shirt said
that? Holy Girl Summer.
I'm wearing my good glasses this morning. Her shirt says Holy Girl Summer. And look at the hot girl behind her. Like, girl, if you don't looking like the scarecrow off the Wizard of Oz. Well, anyway,
okay.
In 2022, you have to really examine who you're taking advice from. Stop taking advice from people who don't take their own advice. That's number one. Because there are people that take their own advice and just fail. You know, I advise people. I take my own advice. I practice my own advice, and sometimes it just don't work out. And let me say this, because a lot of you saying you're leaving relationships and different people and things behind in 2022. You're not taking them to 2023. Just because a person failed in a relationship does not mean that person did not grow. Okay. Sometimes failure in a relationships make a person realize, hey, it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Right.
Have you ever taken a college course, Trey, and like after the first 3 weeks, you like, look, I got to drop this class. I thought I liked it.
Right.
I thought it was for me. I'm realizing once I've been in here, this ain't working out. So everybody that has had a failed relationship, that doesn't mean that they are a failure or that they have like not met the standard that you have, put up. Well, if it didn't work out with her and him, you must be the problem. Nah, the course wasn't for me.
Yeah, sometimes when you take a L, it's a lesson. It's not always a loss.
That's exactly what that is.
Right.
It's an L.
Right.
It's an L. It's a lesson. And I tell you, I've learned a lot of lessons. I forgot we don't have her picture up, but look, we got her daddy's picture. Speaking of lessons and relationships, I had her daddy's picture up. You know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
We talked about these three gentlemen before, and Derrick Jackson being a cheater or whatever, his relationship coach, and he whatever. But Steve Harvey, that first gentleman you see right there to the left of me, might be the right of you. I don't know. Steve Harvey, his daughter Lori. We got to find a picture. His daughter Lori Harvey.
Yeah, she
been out here.
Out here.
And let me just be the first to say, maybe she likes taking courses, but just dropping a class because she realized it just. I thought I wanted to major in what's my man's name? Michael.
Oh man, I feel man.
Michael B.
Michael B. Jordan.
How could I forget his name? Michael B. Jordan. She wanted to take a course. Lori Harvey wanted to take a course in Michael B. Jordan. Right. It didn't work out. She was with what? Future and Puff Daddy. Everybody been with Puff Daddy this year. Everybody has been with Puff Daddy this year.
Man.
I don't know what to say about some of these relationships.
And he just had a baby recently, right? Yeah.
Puff Daddy had a baby, not by the woman that he is reportedly dating, Young Miami.
Right.
And she said it's news to y'all, not to her. So I'm gonna just have to mind my business.
Hey.
Mind my business. People are texting me different things that's going on. Yes, we have to get to that for sure. Trey.
Yes, sir.
Look at it. Happy New Year, Kenny. Kenny Matthews is on here. Kenny, we're gonna have to bring you on here if you got some time. She said she is going to the highest bidder, Lori Harvey. Let me ask women. I just gotta ask women. Let me put it out here real quick. Do y'all think? Because her father, here we have her father. This man is out here giving relationship advice to everybody.
Yeah.
To everybody. Matter of fact, he's got a book that says something about what does it say, Trey? What women want?
Think like a what is it called? Think like a man, well, act like a woman, think like a man, right? That book,
or vice versa.
Yeah, think like a woman, act like a act like a woman, think like a man. Of course, and then it became a movie, and at first, like when you even brought it up to me, I didn't even really catch on to what you were saying right away. Because, like you said, like before, he does say, I feel like you just giving those, those comments that that they want to hear. When you're doing that instead of helping, you're doing more hurting, and it's sad, and you're saying things and they sound good, but really, what's the philosophy and the messaging behind it? Are you just trying to give these catchy phrases and all that stuff? Or are you really trying to help people? Because like I mean, you can give people advice and all of that stuff, but like you got to make he was being irresponsible in a way to me, and just because everybody clapping and saying something. I mean, it sounds good, but when you say stuff, you gotta break it down, and to me, he was just being catchy and being slick with his phrasing and stuff, and things that sound good. What do they want to hear versus you know what they need to hear?
What Steve Harvey does is because let me just be frank with y'all. Steve Harvey got to sell his books. He did
a great job of doing that. Selling the damn book.
He's somebody that he has built up such a high collateral of celebrity that they say the fall from grace is much higher than it's much easier than the climb. And so he's climbed this mountain, and he carefully picks out what he wants to say and how he wants to say it and how he wants to deliver it. Even his comedy has changed, his wording has changed. He got the Steve Harvey show now, he Family Feud, he doing all this. So he has reverted to telling women what they want to hear and not exactly what they need to know. That's my opinion on it. Yeah. Somebody said he's promoting chastity and she is doing the opposite, possibly. Okay. Who is chastity? Enlighten me on that. Okay. Think like a man, act like a woman. That's right. And I'm leaving this behind in 2022. That's why I'm saying it. People that's only validating you because it's you. It don't matter if you're right or wrong. Let me know when I'm wrong. Like, I'm not going to fall out with you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, even if you don't disagree, you can't, just always be the yes man and that, all of that. It's not good.
People fall in love with what these celebrities say and don't understand these celebrities don't have a degree, a doctorate, a certificate, or nothing to help you in your relationships or nothing else. But you taking all their advice as if they're certified to give you some healthy advice. Right. Oh, because he's in a movie or on a TV show. And then the people at home that's trying to give you sound advice, like your parents or your pastors or your friends, they ain't nobody. But they know you.
Right. They know your situation better than Steve Harvey, trying to give give a cookie cutter answer that, because not all advice it might be good for one person, might not be good for you though.
Listen, so I'm saying this to say, listen, I don't think I'm just giving y'all my opinion, and I could be right or wrong about it because I've argued with a lot of women about this. Yeah. I think it's inappropriate for her to have so many relationships back to back to back to back to back. I feel like it's no break. Now it's being reported that she's dating the guy from Snowfall, from the star from Snowfall from London.
For real?
Yeah.
That's a great show, by the way. But yeah, if you ain't watched Snowfall, watch it. It's really good.
Relationships, man. We gotta leave people behind in 2022 who are not correcting us. They just telling us what we want to hear and not what we need to know. Yeah. I'm not taking that in 2023. Listen, let me know where I need to know because I need to get better. We had some other relationships broken down. Why we on relationships? Oh boy. Let's see where we want to go here. Bam.
Oh.
So Meg and Tory.
Man.
Reportedly, they were dating at a point in time. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And so everybody was saying, "Oh man, he didn't do it." Da da da. It was man. Facebook, y'all was going crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all was going crazy.
Yeah.
And guess what? Remember we said we couldn't do the show? I said I don't want to do the show because it sounds like everybody lying.
Yeah.
I said let's wait for the facts.
Started off this whole thing started off as a lie, and you know, to be, I mean, like, yeah, we don't really know what happened, but I think he did it. You know, it's like I think he was. I mean, but that's just my opinion.
I don't think he just did it. I know he did it.
All right.
I knew he did it day one. I knew he did it because the kind of personality he has, he's very arrogant. He seems like the type, when she said what she said and what he did, it just sounded true. He looks like the type of person that'll shoot at somebody's feet and say, "Dance, ho, dance." You know, he looks like he would do that. Uh-oh, your sound went out. Your sound went out. Did you get happy? You unplugged something.
Okay. We back? Okay,
yeah,
so all right, they leaving Kendall Jenner's house. You know, they had a party, right? They all, you know, they in the car. You know, they probably intoxicated, all of that stuff. She probably said something about, you know, going back and forth about each other's career. Megan Thee Stallion is one of the best rappers out. I mean, hands down. So, male or female. So her career is taking off. His isn't exactly. You know, that, and for a man like that, you hear it in his rap music. The dude got a super big ego. So, and all of that. So we probably went back and forth. Woo woo. Like you just said, you said dance, bam. That's why he shot at the ground at his feet. I mean, at her feet. So, and what I'm thinking, like, cause what I like, she had on like a dress with a thong bikini on, like a see-through dress, right?
I didn't know all that, but okay.
But yeah, I looked into the original story.
Yeah, I know you pay attention to details like thongs and bikinis.
Yeah, I mean, why did she get back in the car with a dude that shot you? So she got back in the car with the guy that just shot you in the foot because she was basically out there naked on the street. She didn't want to be out there like that. So then they got pulled over late. Like they got, you know, he shot her in the foot. She gets back in the car. You know, they got pulled over.
Let me explain. Let me stop you. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion were friends. You understand, coming into this party.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other friend was there too, whatever her name is.
So Meg knew that this was an accident. She said it over and over and over again. The thing was, he was trolling, and then he started lying and saying he didn't do it at all. It pissed her off, and she said he's not gonna take accountability. Fine, I'm gonna take it to the next level. Then the state picked it up, and then listen. Once the state get in your business, it's a wrap. Yeah. It's a wrap. So another thing we need to leave behind in 2022. Stop letting the court system get in all y'all business.
Yeah.
Y'all breaking up families and doing a lot of stuff in the court system. And a lot of times that stuff not even enforced because it's just a piece of paper. But I'm gonna mind my business on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mind my business on that.
Yeah, because Megan, you know, she didn't want to send the man to jail at all. That's why she didn't tell the whole story. She kind of was trying to protect him at first.
Yeah.
So, and she just got shot. You know, so
well, I'm gonna say this: you do the crime, you do the time, and it was proven that he did the crime. And I already knew he did the crime. I just wasn't finna argue with people on social media because I'm leaving that behind in 2022. I'm not gonna argue with nobody. If you want to debate me, if you want to go back and forth with me, listen, you can come on Free and Trade anytime. We can go live and we can talk about it so people can hear how uneducated you are about what you're talking about. No, because I'm leaving this behind in 2022. I am tired of people who don't know what the hell they're talking about, that want to jump on social media all the time and act like they do.
Right.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving that behind in 22. I'm not arguing with you on social media, and you struggled in 8th grade. Like, I need you to have a diploma, at least a GED. Okay, and yeah, I am a firm believer of higher education, because there are people in prison who get their college degrees and PhDs. So don't tell me what somebody can and can't do. We have become a society where we want everything now and quick, fast, and in a hurry. And y'all get on here. You can tell who went to school and how uneducated they are. You can tell. Spelling stuff wrong. Spelling, this was a great year. GRATE. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a great year. It was a bad year. And so, yeah, I know you struggle in 8th grade, Kirk. That's why I don't argue with you. I just put LOL and say, okay. That's my whole reasoning behind that. We got to leave those people behind in 2000. I want to know from our audience members. You can call in, you can comment, you can type. What y'all leaving behind in 2022? What are y'all leaving behind? Like this part. This was another thing that happened this year. Speaking of relationships, Trey, you remember this?
Oh my God! That was, man. What a long year it's been.
Did y'all forget about the DL Hughley and Monique?
Yeah, that was. Woo!
Did y'all forget?
I definitely know you know about this story.
I mean,
being a comedian, dealing with people's, egos and headliners and contracts and stuff.
I'm gonna give y'all some raw information right now. I'm gonna give you some raw information right now because a lot of people need to know what's going on with me. I had some comic beef. Mine was a little different. Somebody was stealing my material, my jokes, and I had to call them out. Bro, listen, like you have to understand that I belong to. I've signed a few contracts this year. Let me tell you that. One thing I've done in 2022 that I've already started doing, so I don't even have to start it in 2023, is I just stopped telling people everything that's going on with me. I stopped telling them where I'm going to be, what deal I signed, this and that. If you want to come out, I got a website, jeremiahfrazier.com. You go look at it. You let me know. The day of or the day before I post, and I'll be here on the weekend tomorrow if you want to come out. But I don't have to announce how good God's been to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to announce it to the world, because honestly, I don't really think people care as much as they put on to. That's my thinking. And number two, a lot of people take it the wrong way. Oh, he boasting. How you boasting by saying, listen, I'm a part of this brand now. I'm a part of this entertainment company now. I signed a deal with these. That's not boasting. Yeah. That's actually letting you know I've graduated. Y'all Deion Sanders and me all over again. Y'all, listen, they doing it to Deion on this type of plateau. They do it to us too.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I'm not supposed to move up. Like I'm not supposed to be better.
You know what somebody said to me? They're like, "Oh man, you doing all your shows up north, like I'm doing too many shows up on the north side." Like, I'm like, what? I'm like,
I like this comment. Do better marketing and zero announcements. I'm gonna make an announcement the night I'm gonna be there, but I'm not going to. And it's in my contracts now that if you want me to promote what I'm on, then that's an extra fee too. So things have changed. Yeah. Things have changed because you can promote whatever. You can get a whole commercial on Frey and Trey. How about that? Right. And on our websites, we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got YouTube, we got Twitter, we got Twitch, we got the WhatsApp app, JeremiahFrazier.com. We got all these entities.
We out here.
And so people, let me tell you what happened with Monique and DL Hughley.
Yeah, tell them what happened.
Let me tell y'all something about comics, and I know comics are gonna listen to this later. They can chime in, they can say what they want. I don't care. D.L. Hughley and Monique are decorated comedians who have done. D.L. Hughley's did King of Comedy. Monique has done Queens of Comedy. Okay, they both have earned their stars. They've done movies. They both have done sitcoms. The D.L. Hughley show, he had his own show. Monique show, she had her own show. Yeah, so with that comes ego.
Yeah.
It becomes who this nigga think he is, and who this whole thing she is. Right. Excuse my language, but this is how they both talk to each other. If you watch the tapes, the words were much different.
Right.
So they're in Detroit. They're in Detroit, and this happens all the time. This even happened with R. Kelly and Jay-Z some time ago. It happened with other artists, where it's like it happens even on the small markets. For some reason, people think going last means you're the best.
Yeah.
Let me say that without my glasses. Because we have a saying, say the best for last. That's not true. That's not true in the entertainment world. Right. I'm sorry. Sometimes the last person is not the best. Sometimes they the worst. I didn't say all the time. I said sometimes. A lot of times, if you late, you miss the best thing that happened.
Yeah. You hear that a lot. You're like, oh man, I missed such.
You should have seen.
Right. And then sometimes the whole show could be headliners. They could easily headline somebody has to go. So it's like,
here's the problem. Because of their resume, they both are considered headliners. Problem is, you're in D.L. Hughley's hometown of Detroit. If you're in my hometown, it's probably best for me to close in my hometown, is it not?
Right. It makes sense.
Okay. This happened with Jay-Z and R. Kelly. R. Kelly was in New York. He said he's not going out till Jay-Z go out. Jay-Z like, bro, we in New York. You gonna kick it off. And it was a whole debacle. The show was 2 hours late, whatever. So here's what happened. And this is where it gets messy. This is where it got real messy. And I didn't like it. So DL tells them he ain't gonna do the show if he's not last. Monique goes out before DL, and instead of her doing her set, because this is what something I'm leaving in 2022, and you should be leaving in 2022. And I've left this years ago. This is not something I'd never do. She went out there, and instead of her going into her jokes and doing her set, she told the audience what was going on backstage between her and DL.
Yeah. That was messy.
I mean, out there calling him all type of B's. This BA nigga think he funny and don't want to come. And Detroit crowd was kind of thrown off. Like,
yeah, they're like, "Woo, what? Came here to see a comedy show and turned into a roast."
She talked about, and here's the saddest part of the story. While she's calling him, she was making sexuality jokes, calling the man, pretty much calling him gay, saying he sucked, you know what? And it was explicit. Like, if you go and find it on YouTube, you're gonna be like, I ain't know Monique got down like this.
All right. It was ugly.
The man's mother was in the audience. It's his hometown. He got family in the audience. And so DL, he's already admitted that he didn't hear anything that she was saying because he could care less what she's saying on stage. All he know is you better go out there or you ain't going up tonight. Right. And man, they went back and forth for weeks. And then it came out, don't nobody want to work with you because of this, and that. And She fell out with Steve Harvey. She fell out with Oprah. She fell out with who's the guy that does the movies?
The one that
I can't think of his name right now because I got a list of people in front of me who, you know.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I got to get to, but there was just Lee Daniels.
Yeah,
yeah. There was just people after people after people, and DL said one thing that we got to resonate. At some point, you got to realize you the problem.
Right, common denominator. Hey,
and I'm not bashing Monique. I'm doing what I want y'all to do. If it was me, you tell somebody when they wrong. Now I don't know who was wrong when it comes to the contract. That's not what I'm saying. That ain't none of my business. I care less because they both got paid headliner money. And when it comes to me, I tell people all the time when the promoter. This is the problem I have with some promoters. They don't have a show together. They don't have to run a show together. You don't know how many promoters ask me, so hey, where you want me to put you in the lineup? Me being me, I don't care where you put me because you paid me headliner money. So guess what? If you want to put me first, I'm going to do my thing and go home because that's what I like to do. I don't have to hang out all night.
All right.
Sometimes it's torture for me. I got a saying and I got a t-shirt coming out next year that say, put me up. Because I get tired of standing backstage, waiting on everybody else to do their thing. And I got to sit through all this. Right. No, man, put me up. Put me up. Because it seems like as soon as they get ready to put you up, oh, but before he come out, oh, no. Put me up. Put me up.
All right, doing all this extra stuff.
And so I'm very different in that aspect. Listen, you're gonna pay me the headliner fee. You go ahead and put me where you think is best. But a lot of promoters
they doing that DJing. When you DJing and you got a multi-DJ lineup, I had one DJ just try to play every new song he could possibly play. I'm like, really? You ain't gonna switch it up at all? You gonna just try to play the top 10? Yeah, I think that's so funny.
Put me up. So Monique wasn't wrong. I don't know who was wrong when it comes to the contract, but she was absolutely wrong because when it's time for you to perform, you don't get out on stage and start gossiping and doing all that crazy stuff. Come on. You go and where are the jokes at? People came to hear jokes, not you get down on the other comic that ain't even out yet and talking all that crazy stuff and his mom in the audience. That was embarrassing.
Right.
His mom in the audience.
Yeah, very, very messy. It was so messy to me. I'm like, and unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, we talking about what are you leaving in 2022? Yeah. What are you leaving in 2022?
Yeah, drop your comments. What are y'all leaving?
What are y'all leaving in 2022? Yeah. Because we had some celebrity beefs this year that was so out of control. Trey, you remember this one?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dang. Oh. Hey, wait a minute. Can y'all see the vein coming out his neck?
Right. That's a man.
No, y'all zoom in.
Yeah,
y'all zoom in. Can y'all see the vein in Chris' neck? And look at him say, ah!
Right.
Y'all remember his kids? Anybody ever been smacked like this?
Man, goodness gracious.
And then reportedly, after this smack, they said Chris was dating he started dating some white woman.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Will slap the black off his ass. That's what happened.
Oh.
He slapped the black off of him.
Yeah.
This was the story of the year right here because the Oscars is so elegant, it's so prominent, it's so the
Oscars. Right.
Like we expect this at the BET Awards. White people was like, what's it? They didn't even say was. They put a T in front of twas it? Was it real? Because you know at the Oscars it's actors. So they went straight into Shakespeare.
Right.
I saw Meryl Streep's face. Meryl Streep's face. Twas it real? It was the night of the Oscars.
He put thy hand across thy face. Smacketh thee.
Jada knew it was real because she slapped him like that before.
No surprise there.
He just gave her back what she be giving him, and and the way Will Smith like walked away, Will he just went and took a seat like nothing happened.
Right.
And that's why at first a lot of people's like, oh man, they hilarious. And that was something.
It was so shocking that I think Chris Rock himself was absolutely shocked by it as well. But if you see a dude walking up to you like that, but you at the Oscars, I don't think he expected him to smack them like that. I don't know. It's just
nobody expect to get smacked while they're working.
right.
Like all my entertainers out there, my singers. I see Maurice Mahan is on here. What's up, my dude? My fellow comedians, even DJs. Because you know what? Listen, with DJs in my trade, people run up to the DJ booth all the time. Now, when you see somebody coming up, you expect them to say, "Oh, here he come. He want to request a song," right?
Right. Yeah.
But what if he slap you? Like, keep that song out your mouth. Like, what? Oh. I play this song every night. Chris Rock is like, bro, I tell jokes every night.
Yeah. It's gonna be a record scratch. Like, oh man.
And all the other comics, I always hear them say, it couldn't have been me. He picked the right one. It wouldn't have been me.
I don't, man. I think they would have been. I think because it's more of a whoa that just happened. It's like a reaction. Like you said it. That's first. You don't go to work expecting to get smacked. Like he could have thought he was walking up there gonna playing around and then go back to it. Like no, I don't think I thought the last Chris Rock probably thinking him getting smacked is the last thing that's gonna happen, but with him walking up there. But now it won't be anymore. Anybody walking up to anybody is gonna be like, "Hey, what happened to Chris?" Like,
what you think the Oscars gonna do or implement as far as security for their hosts?
Oh. That's a shame. You shouldn't need this kind of security at the Oscars. Everybody in there is a damn superstar. It's like, why do you need security at? Of course, you have security for your basic fan. Because it is people that's there that's not actors and stuff. But you shouldn't need security on the stage.
Let me ask some musicians. I got some musicians. Barris Bolden is on here. What's up, my bro? A lot musicians, comedians. Listen, I've had somebody try to heckle me and yell out stuff in the audience. They was having a bad night. It had nothing to do with me. And I was able to put it in check. Nobody ever came on stage while I was on stage because I let people know up front before this Will Smith thing. If you come up here uninvited, just understand that I don't look as polite as I am. I promise you. I promise you. And so I ain't never had that problem. But I hear a lot of people who beef with people and this musician beef sometime, and y'all got to play at the same events and switch. It's like anybody ever came across you and said something smart, and you could have just had a situation where, look, he could have got these hands, but I ain't want to do it because of where we were. Right. What possessed a man to say, I don't care that we had no Oscars?
Right.
Like you getting this smack tonight, and whatever repercussions coming is happening. Yeah. Chris Rock reflexes was super horrible because when he did like this, when he turned, do we have a picture? Put the picture up. When he did the turn, my reflex would have been, I would have came back up. When I came back up, I'm sorry, it would have been another backhand. Look, you see Chris, he just turned away like, please don't hit me again.
All right, yeah, he was like, "Wow, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me." That's what he said. That was his response.
You know what? You know what? You know what's so funny about this whole thing that everybody missed?
What?
When Will Smith yelled at him and said, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth."
Right.
Chris Rock said, "I will."
Yeah.
Nobody got it. He was still joking. I will. Y'all missed.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Go back and watch that. The man said,
yeah, he did say that.
Will. I'm about to jump into something that's about to touch some toes. What are we leaving in 2022? What are we leaving in 2022? I tell you about Chris and Will. Y'all stop putting y'all hands on people. Leave that behind in 2022 because you're going to put your hands on the wrong person and you're not going to be able to put your hands on nobody else. Y'all seen Chicken Wing? I wish we had a picture. The man that rushed the stage for Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
it didn't turn out so well for him. He wasn't able to walk back to his seat and yell things.
Right, yeah.
He was in an ambulance with his arm up like this. I called him Chicken Wing because he was barking out of there.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of that dude, man.
I mean, this nigga couldn't even raise his hand.
And he went to jail. You get your ass whooped and go to jail.
They couldn't even handcuff him. They was like, just handcuff his legs because his arms are completely broken.
Right.
Don't be Chicken Wing. Leave that in 2022, man. Keep your hands to yourself. For real. Y'all don't want problems. A lot of people get on these apps, man, on these social media apps, and they be talking crazy.
Yeah, they got Twitter tough.
What is it called, Trey?
You know, they call them your Twitter fingers. You all tough with the type.
You Twitter tough.
You're Twitter tough.
Y'all got to leave that behind in 2022 because you're going to meet your match. And you never know what people are. Some people just might be tired of you that day enough to say, look, man, you're going to get these hands today. And you might be at your kid's graduation. And now you mad because you done got embarrassed because you running your mouth on social media and now somebody decided to. And I don't like, let's leave this behind in 2022. Let me say this. Let's leave this behind. What we leaving behind in 2022, the social media shade. It's just too because let me be 100. Let me be 100. A lot of y'all in the same room with these people. Y'all see these people all the time. Don't say nothing to them. And you want to get on social media and make an indirect comment about them. Why you ain't tell them last night? Why you ain't tell them when you was in the same room with them?
Right.
You know what you are. I can't call you on this show. I got family on here. But you know what you are. You know what you are.
Right.
That's female dog behavior. That's female dog behavior.
Yeah, it's hardly the shade. I've never like if you can say it behind my back. I've never been that type of person. I'd rather say it to somebody's face. It's like I was like, okay, they not around. I'm not finna say. I'll wait till I see them, or something like. I mean, because one is like, if it ever came to something like that, it. Sometimes you need you can get a person's respect if you go up and talk, because some of these issues be petty anyway. That you be throwing shade, but if it's a real serious issue, go talk to that person, communicate.
And let me respond to Barris. He said we were taught you can't get that close. You absolutely right, because that's what happened with Draymond and Jordan Poole. Man, I mean, Draymond slapped the team talents out this man. This was like Space Jam. What happened to the doggone Golden State Warriors? Draymond slapped the talents out his team.
Yeah, there we go.
2022 was crazy, man. It's been it's a lot of people got slapped this year, man.
Right? Yeah, is this the year of the slap? What's going on?
Barrett said, I had one person in my life come to me crazy in church and was prepared to beat breaks off in the church. I don't bother anyone. Nope. However, cursing at me is a trigger, and telling if I say a particular thing again are both triggers. Right. That as far as I'm willing to go with it. But sometimes church guys have never experienced a fight. But man, okay, that's what I'm saying. So leave that social media shade behind in 2022. Cause y'all ain't lived this life. I don't have to give people my resume, man. Like you don't somebody said, who slapped you, Jeremiah Frazier? Maya. The last time I've been slapped was in Wicker Park, 1998. And I was playing basketball with some older guys, and we were playing ball for quarters back then.
Mm.
Like we was playing for quarters, right?
Right.
And I lost, and I ain't had no. I said, all right, I'm finna go get change, cause I owed a man like 50 cents. So him and his guys were on the court, and he grabbed me like, nah, bro, give me my money. I said, I'm going to get your money. I had to be like, this is going my 8th grade.
98, yeah.
He slapped me.
Damn.
And so yes, I don't know where this man is now, but I do know how he left that playground. He found out real quick that the Cabrini Green I was raised in was not far away from me. And he ended up dropping all his change. So even though I lost the game, I collected all the money. I didn't have no problems in high school, none of that. Like,
oh wow,
it wasn't going down like that. Like, it wasn't going down like that. Like, you can Richard Gallion went to high school with me, and my boy J.A. and like, look, it wasn't going down like that. Like, if anything, we could have been the bullies, and I said could have been, but we didn't roll like that. Like, look, bro, we just out here trying to go to school, do what we got to do, and get to the crib. We all would ride the Ashland bus from Urban Park. Y'all know it was all kind of, we had to ride through Latin Kings and all kind of Spanish gangs and SGs and all it. Yeah. And all the black people, no matter what you was, no matter what you claim, just put it out there, Vice Lord, GD, BD, Blackstone. It didn't matter. If you was black, we rode the Ashland bus together from Urban Park all the way to Division, Chicago Avenue, Augusta, wherever we was getting off at, we all got off together.
Yeah.
And if we had to fight every day, we had to fight every day. And for those that don't know me, I fought. I've been fighting since kindergarten. Like, my mom really thought, she'll tell you this, if my mom was on here, my mom tells everybody like how proud of she is of me today, because she really thought I was going to prison. Like, because when I fought,
that's with that mentality, like, yeah, I'm gonna whoop. Hey,
I'm the littlest one. First of all my brothers and relatives bigger than me. Like, they 6 feet. Like, I'm the one that's 5'7". I don't know how this happened. I don't know what my daddy and mama, I don't know what happened. But anyway, I used to fight for them. People didn't fight them because they didn't want to deal with me. Yeah. Listen, we lived in all the neighborhoods. If you never heard me say this, is the first time you hear me say this. Cabrini Green, then Rogers Park, then Humboldt Park. And if you lived in Humboldt Park, we was off Augusta and Kedzie. I'm smack dab in the middle between North Avenue and Chicago Avenue. So I got both sides. The Latinos and the blacks. What's up? Y'all don't know, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, y'all didn't want to be around there.
Nah.
So we went from Rogers Park, Cabrini Green, Rogers Park, Humboldt Park, then moved to Gage Park. So now I'm in Inglewood. My brothers went to Harper and all that, and Harper High School. I'm still taking the Ashland bus, always still to Urban Park, going to school. Then what we got? What else we moved to? Cal Park. So we got Rogers Park, Humboldt Park, Gage Park, Cal Park, all the parks.
Right.
All the parks. We stayed at all the parks.
Yeah, he's in all the neighborhoods, man.
And so when I tell people, this is my last and final straw with people at the age I am now, I be like, hey, man, relax. Because I don't even want to get there. Like, don't take me there, bro, because you don't know me like that.
Right. Like all my life I had to fight, you know.
Let's be professional, bro, because listen, I'm the first person to understand you win some, you lose some. But I kind of got a Floyd Mayweather record. You might want to tread lightly. And I got family who just they don't know nothing else but the streets. And I tell people, relax. That's why I can't put stuff on social media. I don't want to get my family in trouble. Like, they'll ride out for anything. Like, oh, Chipotle, they ain't give you extra meat. Let's go up there. No, it's like I got to nah, bro. It's cool. We ain't gotta do that. All that anger and all that jump up, let's go get them. Leave that behind in 2022.
Right.
I do comedy at Stateville Prison now. When I tell you, y'all not gonna rile me up, I see these men incarcerated. Y'all not finna rile me up, because all of them say, man, a lot of them are college graduates. A lot of them, some of them in there are doctors, former pastors. I said, one pastor, he say, how's the church? I say, I don't know. You need to get out and find out. I ain't been going. You in prison. It's some people in prison who are very calm people, but one incident, a man told me he punched somebody so hard they hit the sidewalk and the guy was brain dead. He ended up dying like 2 weeks later. He got a murder charge. He's in there for 40 years.
Damn, 40 years of damn, yeah.
And he said he probably had 3 fights in his whole life. And it was all because of a woman. This whole like Jada Pinkett situation, all because of a woman was like, he gonna let him do that.
Wow.
And she probably doing whatever she want right now. And he's incarcerated. So yeah, ain't nobody gonna gas me up in 2023. You ain't gonna gas me up. Hey, bro, I got too much to lose at this point. But I do have people that will handle you. And I'm not gonna respond to you on social media because I don't work like that. But I'll see you. Because there's a guy who was in the same room with me some weeks ago, and he didn't say one word to me. 3-4 hours I was in that room. I even hung out an extra hour outside the room. Didn't say one word to me. Next day got on social media and said a comment about, oh, this comedian that was there last night. But you see stuff like that? That's girly to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it. People sent it to me, and I was like, okay. Well, that lets you know how much of a man he is. He got on social media and tried to throw indirect shade. Nothing about my performance, because he couldn't talk about. See, let me tell y'all something real quick, and then we're going to move on, because I got to get into this next fight. When you're doing great, Barris, all you other people on here, when God got you in a position where he's making the most out of your gifts, people have to find something other than your gift to try to attack you with.
Yeah.